I'm here on behalf of the ACLU talking about our Demand Your Rights campaign, which is a digital privacy campaign. So we're basically here at South by Southwest to tell people that they shouldn't have to choose between privacy and technology. Well, there are a lot of them. There are companies, there's the government, and so a lot of what we do is educating people about what happens when you share information about yourself online, and we're advocating for better laws and protections so that prying government or businesses that are trying to take advantage of us and our private information, there are protections to prevent them from being able to do that. It's a little bit of both. There are good things and there are bad things. There are good decisions that come out of courts, and there are bad decisions. Obviously, we are working to pass certain laws, for example, both at the federal level and the state level. There were recently some really good laws passed in the state of California, which is great. One of the big problems is that the last time the Electronic Communications Privacy Act, which is the main law that governs our electronic communications, was last passed in 1986, so that's before any of this stuff even existed. And so, obviously we think it's time for an upgrade there, a privacy upgrade. So, well, I would say Ateqah. We need to pass a new. Ateqah is the name of is the law that I just mentioned. So, I think that's one of the main big things because it governs, it kind of says how the government can access all of our electronic communications. So, for example, the police can't just come into your house and say, we want to look at all your photos. They need a warrant to do that, but they don't need that to do that online. So, there needs to be sort of the same standard for our electronic communications as there is for sort of physical stuff. The best thing to do is, well, one of the things you can do is you can read a lot of our blogs about it. If you go to aclu.org/.rights, you'll get all of our information. And so, like, for example, Google just put out a new privacy policy last week. So we wrote about that and what that does and how it sort of shares information across all your Google services, except for a couple of them, I think, Google Wallet and one other one. And then we also give you steps and tips on how you can actually go in and change your settings so that you're better protecting yourself. So, it's hard because, especially with the Googles and the Facebooks, they're changing things frequently, and so we try our best. And if you follow us online at .rights or on Facebook.com/.rights, you'll get all of our updates. You can read all of our blogs about Facebook, all of our blogs about Google, all of our blogs about GPS, etc. I would say you shouldn't have to choose between technology and privacy. Demand your .rights.